A massive heat wave is trudging east this Wednesday, and if you live anywhere from the Great Lakes to the eastern seaboard, you're likely already feeling it. More than 160 million people are currently under extreme heat warnings or heat advisories. That's roughly half the population of the United States, as a brutal stretch of weather pushes toward the 4th of July weekend with little relief in sight. This heat wave has been hammering the Midwest for most of the week. But it's the combination of high temperatures and suffocating humidity that's making conditions especially dangerous. Meteorologists and emergency officials say the heat index, which factors in humidity to reflect what the air actually feels like on your skin, is a far better measure of the real danger than the thermometer reading alone. And those heat index numbers have been alarming. On Tuesday, Chicago hit 106. Just north of Milwaukee, it reached 113. Cleveland came in at 103, and parts of southern Illinois also topped 113. On Wednesday, the National Weather Service expects cities stretching from Kansas City all the way to Boston to record heat index values between 100 and 115 degrees. Radley Horton, a professor at Columbia University's Climate School, explained why this particular heat wave feels so relentless. It's the moisture. When the air holds an unusually high amount of humidity, nighttime temperatures don't drop the way we're used to. There's far less difference between the daytime highs and the overnight lows, which means bodies in buildings never really get a chance to cool down before the next day's heat sets in. For millions of people, Wednesday marks the second or third consecutive day of severe heat warnings. Emergency officials across affected states are urging people to stay indoors during the hottest parts of the day, check on neighbors, especially the elderly, and take heat warnings seriously. Heat is not a dramatic weather event the way a tornado or a hurricane is, but it is the leading cause of weather-related deaths in the United States every single year. The most extreme conditions are concentrated around the Great Lakes states. Most of Wisconsin, Ohio, Michigan, and Illinois are under the Weather Service's highest and rarest warning level, a designation reserved for prolonged heat events that offer little to no overnight relief. Bob Oravec, a meteorologist at the Weather Prediction Center, noted that Wednesday could hit hardest in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and New York, in part because those areas typically run cooler this time of year, making the temperature anomaly especially stark. Meteorologists are also watching closely to see whether this week breaks high temperature records in several cities. And while attributing any single heatwave directly to climate change requires careful scientific analysis, researchers say there is no longer any doubt that heat waves globally are becoming hotter, more frequent, and longer lasting. The good news, if you can call it that, is that some relief is expected for much of the country by the weekend. Until then, stay hydrated, stay cool, and take the warnings seriously. I'm your host, and we'll keep watching this story as it develops.